Hello, 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 hello. You're listening to Conscientious Conversation. And I'm your host, Will Prophet. I hope your day is nothing less than superb. And I hope that you are seeing the best parts of your day. And I hope your day ends in the positive. So I just want to talk about briefly here about, as you set out, whether it's a goal, whether it's a mission, whatever it is you have going on, whether you're being a mom, being a dad, being a spouse, being a coworker, being a friend, being a mentor, any of these things, everything starts. It starts with you. You have to believe in you. You have to bet on you. So the whole thing starts with you. If you don't believe you can accomplish something, you're not going to accomplish. If you don't believe that you can do something, you're not going to do it. If you don't see that you in the scenario as you set out to do this, as you set out to be a part of this, all those things I just said, regardless of what role you might play, business partner, spouse, being in a marriage, being single, whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, it starts off with you. It starts off with you having a plan. It starts off with you having a desire, you having a will, you having a dream, you having an idea. It starts off with you. And so if you can't see you in any, as you talk about, a lot of times I had a young lady today say something to me I love when people tell me that I've had a positive effect on them or something like that, because that whole, giving back and all of that, that's why I love it. Not because I want any accolades or anything like that, but I will say, she said something that she said it in a way that I don't know what episode she listened to. She said that, hey, I was having a hard day. I was going through some things, and I listened to one of your episodes, and that episode brought me back, and I was like, I didn't, it was in passing. I didn't get a chance to ask her which episode or anything like that. And I guess that's not the important thing. The important thing is that, I was able to, help her in some kind of way. And see, that's because I understand and I know that it starts with that you factor. If you want to help people, you have to help people. You have too many people who say, oh, one day when I get enough money, or one day when I have enough time, or one day when I'm not busy. Well, when is that? When is that? Maybe it's a Wednesday in 2020, maybe it's a Wednesday in the future, 10 years from now, right? Because think about it. The reason why I'm saying that kind of that way, because right, might as well be, right? Might as well be, because it's just like that. If you're going to sit back and say, oh, when I have enough money, when I have enough time, when I have enough, when I'm not busy. Okay, well, I love what a lot of stay-at-home moms always say. It's not just, even once you get them, or once they're grown and out of the house, or, off to college or whatever, the need doesn't stop, or it's not like all of a sudden you can turn off the switch of being a mom. As a stay-at-home mom, you're a mom all the time, or even as a working mom, you're a mom all the time, right? So, but this whole thing starts with you. It starts with you. So you have to want it. You have to want it more than your mentor wants it for you, more than your friend wants it for you, more than your family or your cheer squad, the people cheering for you. It's funny because all of those elements that I talk about, in different episodes, it still comes down to you. It still comes down to you. It's kind of, it's right up in there, and it's interesting because you hear people, you hear people all the time say, oh, well, this person or this thing or that thing is what's keeping me down and keeping me, where I can't make, this person is causing me. But at the end of the day, it's you, sometimes, if it's you, it's still you. Maybe you need to leave. Maybe you need to go, or maybe you need to get that person out of your life, or maybe you need to get that thing out of your life, or it still comes down to you. But whatever is not going in the same direction as you, okay, that's gonna create a problem for you. You follow me? And so I just want to put that out there. It comes down to you. It's the you is what it comes down to, you. So you have to be willing. You have to be able. You have to be ready. It's not, I get it if I get it if you're sitting there saying, hey, I want to start a Fortune 500 company, then obviously you want to start a Fortune 500 company. Of course, that's going to take money, or that's going to take investors. That's going to take a loan, or something like that. But what I'm saying is just the simple steps, the simple part of a day. You getting out of bed, you getting yourself ready, your willingness to do it. Now, even if you need help doing those things, it still comes down to you. No one should be force feeding you anything, because guess what? It's not going to take. If you're being force fed it, it's not going to take. Now, if someone else is a motivating factor to you, and that helps jumpstart you, then that's different. But for the most part, it comes down to you. And so, it comes down to you. And so you have to understand, and you have to take heed to what it is that you are trying to get. It has nothing to do with anyone else. The first steps are you. If you want people to bet on you, you have to bet on yourself. And so it puts you in a position where you can use that. You can say, hey, especially if you're starting a business or whatever, you are your first investor. Whether you're investing your money, your time, a combination of both, it's still of value because you are, it's you. So the main takeaway is that, is you. So keep that in mind, keep that in focus, keep that on target. It comes down to you. As you set out to do anything, I don't care how big or small, I don't care how elementary it might be, just keep in mind, it's you. So, if it's you, you could then say, I am going to get out of bed. I am going to go do this. I am going, and then that way it comes, it's you initiating that. And then as you start to align that I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to go do this. You go and find others that are saying, and then now as it goes on, it becomes us, right? And we're gonna go do this, or we're all of us are gonna go, and see, and that's when you start traveling in that same direction. But you understand that still doesn't take away from the fact it starts with you. It starts with you. You've been listening to Conscientious Conversation. I'm your host, Will Prophet. Go, and remember, it starts with you. Go and set out and do it, what it is you're trying to do. I don't give a care if it's just this evening or you're going to dinner, okay? And go ahead. You make the decision where to go. You make the decision where you want to go, where you guys are going to go eat. Let's start there. And like I said, it starts with you.